My name is Private James Kesler. I joined the Indiana Guard Reserve January of 2023. Currently, I'm a recruit, but I'm attached to the Public Affairs Office. The recruit training today was my first day of basic training, my first full day of basic training, and it was exciting. I learned more today than I thought I would learn on my first day. I thought it might be an orientation day just for some basic orientation and paperwork. But I was impressed at how much they taught us and how much we were able to retain, not only from drill and ceremony and learning how to salute. Those things that we picked up this afternoon, we worked on that, and we were able to learn about face, right face, parade rest, attention, salute, order arms. All those things that we were learning today, which I thought may have taken us weeks to go through, we learned that this afternoon. This morning we learned military courtesies and customs and how important that is to military organization and military life. So it surpassed what I expected. I'm excited about what the next drill will bring. So far, since I've joined, everything that I imagined it would be, it has been. From the training I'm receiving now as a recruit, as far as the mission planning that we've been doing. It's very exciting. I have volunteered with the USO. I performed for a variety of military installations and organizations through the USO as an entertainer. Many people don't know that I'm a magician, and so I was a performing magician and entertained across the state. I performed at the VA hospitals, as well as many Christmas parties for different National Guard units here in Indiana. I grew up in high school in Western Indiana. I met my wife at Indiana State, and after we got married, we relocated to the eastern part of Indiana, and I live near Greenfield, Indiana, which is in Hancock County. If I would have known about the Indiana Guard Reserve earlier in my life, I definitely would have joined. It would definitely have been something that I could give back to the community for 20 years. What I found out about the Indiana Guard Reserve and what it offers the Indiana soldiers and our Hoosier citizens, I definitely would have done it at an earlier time. I started dating my wife in 1993, and we got married in 1996. Throughout our whole time together, she knew my passion for the U.S. military, my family history with the U.S. military, and now that I joined the Indiana Guard Reserve, she's excited for me that I've been able to fulfill my life dream of being a soldier. My son, Sam Kesler, joined the Indiana National Guard during his junior year of high school. After his junior year, he went to basic training, came back and finished his senior year of high school, and then went back to Fort Benning for his advanced individual training, completion of his infantry school. He's attached to the unit out of Seymour, Indiana, which is the Infantry Airborne Unit. After my son joined the National Guard, I was on the National Guard website, and I was surfing the pages, and I came across an image that was on there, and the caption, it was the Indiana Guard Reserve. And I had never heard about the Indiana Guard Reserve. And then as I started to do research on it, I found out that, wait a second, I qualify for this. Even though I'm older, I'm past the age where I can join the National Guard, but I can still join the Indiana Guard Reserve. So then my light bulbs went off. This is exciting. So that was in December, I believe, of 2020. My son went to his basic training in between his junior year and senior year, which would have been the summer of 2021, came back, finished up his senior year, graduated early, his senior year, and then went to his AIT in the summer of 2022. I reached out when he got back from his AIT. Timing was perfect. I reached out to Staff Sergeant Snow, filled out the application, all the paperwork, enlisted in January of 2023 at drill of this year, and it was exciting. It was an interesting transition. When I told him I was joining the Indiana Guard Reserve, he had not heard of it. And then after he went to Camp Atterbury, I think he crossed paths with some IGR. And then he said, "Oh, is that what you're joining, Dad?" And I said, "Yeah, that is. That's what I'm going to join." And so we talked about it, and now we could have a sort of a camaraderie. We're talking about military jargon and acronyms and things like that. So I have a better understanding when he's talking about what he's doing. I have sort of a better understanding about that. And so we sort of share some of the stories. I wish I would have found the Indiana Guard Reserve earlier in my life. I would have loved to have done this for 20 years in my life. I mean, I'm so excited about that. So I know we have a 3-year enlistment, and I do the math, and I know how many more years I can perform in the Indiana Guard Reserve. I just wish I would have found it earlier on. Feel very honored to be part of the Indiana Guard Reserve.